Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another update for you on the Space Wolves, my Long Fangs that I'm doing for Jamjar 34's Achievable April Challenge. Put a link to Jamjar's channel in the description below. Please go and check that out. Awesome guy, great channel, so it's well worth having a look. Okay, yeah, so I'm working on my Long Fangs and I'm continuing base coating at the moment. Done a fair amount, so I'm just going to zoom in and give you a closer look, and we'll have a chat as we go along. Right, let's just zoom in. So starting off with the pack leader here. So I've gone in, I've done the gold, Bathasar gold, a couple of thin layers, just building up the gold. So I've got the Black Legion shoulder pad there. I've also done some of the leather, so they're Morphang black brown for the leather. 3 coats, just thin coats, just building up the colour so it's nice and smooth and even. It's also got these like leather straps around his hand, and they go down into these like little wolf teeth. So I've still got to do the wolf teeth and also that little skull on his sword. That will be my sort of bone colour that I use for the scheme. It's going to have a pink body, this guy, and undecided about his boot at the moment. We'll see. He might just end up with a black boot. So that's the pack leader. Moving on to the other ones. There you go. Right, so this guy here, again, obviously done the gold. Bathasar gold on everything. I changed the colour of the golds with the wash. Use different washes for Space Wolves and for Black Legion, for example. Just changes it up slightly. So I've gone on the Black Legion boot. As you can see there, I've finished the fur. I tend to paint the fur quite early because it's basically dry brushing, so I like to get that out of the way. So I made up my own base coat mix of black and Rhinox hide. Did that first. I then went in with my own mix of Morphang brown and snakebite leather for the highlight there. I then dry brushed with the bleached bone colour. And then also a final dry brush of white, and that's how I did my fur. Looks pretty cool, I think. Just spin him around. He's going to have a pink shoulder pad there. So that's that guy. He obviously needs his horns done. That will be my bone colour. So that's that one. And just in case this is the first time you've seen my Space Wolves and you're wondering why have I got Chaos armour on my Space Wolves, it's because they are 13th company, so they've been lost in the Eye of Terror, and they've had to replace their own armour with Chaos armour. So I've got that one in the middle. That's going to be Emperor's Children, his body part. Done his wolf hair or fur on his helmet there. Obviously done all the gold. Also done the leather on his sword and on the skull and crossbone just on the back there. So that's that guy. And we've got this one here. So this dude here, again, he's got the little leather strap. That's the strap that I did out of green stuff. Not necessarily my best green stuff work, because I did that 12 years ago. But it still does the job. You can see it's basically a strap which is just holding that on. So rather than just having something just stuck to his armour, there's actually something actually holding it there. So this is going to be the Emperor's Children backpack. So I'm going to do that little arrow pink. Around this side I've obviously done his chest plate, and I actually realised when I painted the silver I hadn't painted the silver like section that he's holding in his hand there. I totally missed that last time, so I went and did that. And I don't know if you can see this or not, so if I can get it to go closer. I've actually painted his eyes. Did my usual trick, paint the eyes first. I find that much easier. So just go in with some nice thin couple of coats of white, and then just dot the eye, and then just clean up around the eye with the black. Now I'm ready for the skin colour, and when I go in with the skin colour I'll leave a very small little edge of black around the eye just to make the eyes pop. So yeah, I've done that, and he's you saw the back of him, so that's him. And then the last guy, which is here, Again, done his wolf pout. He's going to have a pink leg. He's got to have his Space Wolf symbol there painted in the bone colour. And then on the back he's got Black Legion backpack. And I've got these like little leather pouches that I've base coated. Excuse me. And then coming round again, I forgot to do his hand. I gave him that Black Legion glove. And the other guy, he's got Emperor's Children, just to try and mix it up. And they are exactly the same gloves. I just painted like this gold strip over the little bumps, just to try and make it look more like Black Legion. So that's those two. And then worked on the guns. So the Imperial Lass cannons didn't do too much, just basically gave a gold skull there. So I did that on both of those. The backpack, which is loose, I also did the skull. And then we go into the two guns, the Chaos gun, sorry. So, just quick chat about these. So on the pictures that I used from one of my Chaos books for the bolt guns, it indicated that the Black Legion bolt guns were basically just silver, and the Emperor's Children ones were silver with like sort of gold arrows and stuff. So I found quite a number of pictures of these guns here, and they're all painted up differently. But what I decided to do was paint them up basically like the bolt guns. Now I haven't necessarily finished these yet. I just laid down some like the groundwork as such. So this one here is going to be my Black Legion one, and all I've done is basically painted this sort of power conduit gold. And then on the Emperor's Children one, I've gone in and I've done a little bit more gold for this one. So painted the sort of mouth thing gold here, and also the little spikes which are on the top there. So it's going to have a bit more gold. As I said, I may add some more, maybe this piece at the back here. I'm undecided. First time I've ever painted these, and I'm not very familiar with painting Chaos, to be fair, so I'm just going to have to work with that. I'm also thinking that I'm going to attempt to paint pink in one of these shoulder pads, not necessarily this one, probably the other one that's holding the Black Legion gun. So I'm going to have a go at that, and then the cloths, I need to decide what to do with that. And also need your help with this here, which, if I can get it to focus, I'm assuming this is a skull. It looks, well, it is a skull, but what is it? Is it actually, it looks like it's like in a bag and it's like coming out of the bag. There's also this thing here as well, which looks like a skull. Not quite sure exactly what they are, so any feedback if you're used to those skulls would be very useful. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with those. Okay, just going to zoom out. Right, so next up I'm going to paint the bone colours, and I'm also going to lay down the foundation for the pink areas. And then all I need to do is sort out the guy that hasn't got a helmet on, sort out his head. He's still got some grey armour going around the back of his head and stuff that I need to lay down. And then once I've done that, I'm pretty much finished base coating. I'll be ready to do the washes. So very happy with the progress so far. So they're coming on quite nicely. And I must admit, I'm quite relieved to only be painting this little unit of 5. Whereas if you watch some of my previous units, I was going to paint all of my Long Fangs together. And although I think that would be possible, it would be quite a big mission. So I'm quite pleased that I broke these down into units of 5. Okay, so that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching as always, and don't forget, head down in the description and click that link to Gamza 34's channel. Would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.